Okay, it's against Gotland, so therefore this is going to be just simply from Squash's point of view. And he's gonna be really just going for the build, so let's start. He's gonna be therefore beginning with immediately 2 villages on the giraffes. He's gonna be therefore on Blue Lagoon with 1 immediately also on gold. That's a very interesting beginning. You can see right now checking out where the further gold is. It's gonna be also important part where he's actually scouting in the first place. So he's gonna be knowing where to go, and this is gonna be quite nicely positioned because it's gonna be exactly in somewhat of a decent proper order where the villages could be moving naturally, instead of wasting time as we have, for example, seen in some of the games earlier. Seems like 1 villager there for gold, further are gonna be going for food. If you want to be advancing at 4 minutes, then logically with hunting dogs in there, you need to be quite a bit putting those guys onto the early food sources. But apparently I already missed actually wood here. Where was he going for that? Let's more focus on that therefore. It's gonna be there for 2 there, 1 here. Okay, just, so even just like the new villager is gonna be immediately going for wood here, to the south. Alright then. And only after you're gonna be going for a bit more food. So far 1-1. This is definitely a bit different than what you would be seeing kind of like normally. Normally you're gonna be starting, I don't know, some maybe 6 on food for example, and then you're gonna be switching into the wood and then on gold. So second in here, there's 1 there, 1 here. Next one is right now poised again for the food here. As he has already right now discovered nothing too much new here to the top, only the second TC. And in the end he's gonna be switching elsewhere, he's going for already the forward one. Yeah, I think it's making, somewhat of a sense. Currently you can see it's interesting, he's living on 3 villages here. That is, I mean like on the hunt it obviously is still somewhat okay. But nonetheless, on anything else, you obviously would be just kind of falling apart. But that's why it's a specific build for decently high hunt maps. It's not gonna be obviously working otherwise on something like Oasis. Probably not too well. And also it's nice to be following therefore that it's gonna be having, if he's gonna be having some idle time on the TC, right, for example. So it seems like at this point everybody should be going practically only here on the food here. Until he has maybe somewhere close to 9, 10. We'll see actually how far he wants to be going with that. And then after he's gonna be advancing, he's gonna be switching into different resources most probably. It's kind of like the classic with the fast builds. You usually want to be kind of switching over. Actually went 4th one closer. I wonder what is the reason for that. If he wants to be just kind of like having 4 and 4 currently, or if he's going to the top because it's gonna be slightly faster, right? Because the walk time is very long and it's gonna be also having quite an effect on the build order. So I wonder if maybe there is also at least part of the consideration with going into piggies. Okay, next to granary, so that he limits of course the walking time, instead of having to send them for example from that position back. Okay, 1 villager from gold is gonna be going on to the temple at about 2 minutes 25. And you can see he's a bit inefficient. He could be theoretically having 2 villages on, for example, even the zebra. Would have been possibly better. Also right now he's gonna be having a problem with the gazelle being so far away here. So some kind of maybe small efficiency improvements could have been had. And it's very curious, he's gonna be currently moving therefore for the piggies instead of, for example, for the next giraffe. Because obviously you can see right now the villages 073 on the piggy, 111 on right now the hunt. So this is basically 50% faster than the piggies right now on the hunt. There's a very big difference. Right now he switched already into right now piggies next to the TC. Okay, and right now he's already clicking into Athena. There was absolutely basically no idle time whatsoever. And right now with the foodies, he's switching what? Right now 1 in there, that's from the temple. So 2 on gold. And all the rest of the foodies, you can see right now it's gonna be further 6 that were to the top are gonna be moving onto the wood, and 2 further are gonna be moving into the hunt here in the front position. And it's gonna be therefore letting this decay. It's a bit of a shame. You can say now some 40 food. Still gonna be having the giraffes, interestingly. So in case something goes actually badly in the front, he's gonna be having a good opportunity to play with that still. But with 4-minute build, what could be going too much wrong? Not too seriously. That one gazelle definitely needs to be going home a bit better. But I'm liking to see that he's at least switching to different animal. And I wonder how he's gonna be killing right now the zebra. If he's gonna be using all four, he's gonna be one-shotting it. But he might be wanting to possibly trying to push a bit back. It's a walk time, but in the end, it might be actually worthwhile. Yeah, you can see right now he actually did it. And when he's here with that villager, he could be then moving actually even the other one. It's currently immediately Military Academy Archery Range. At 4 minutes and 5 seconds, he's gonna be advancing through. So that's very nice timing overall. With Minotaur up, gonna be still having the 8 here, 2 there, nothing changing. And you can see immediately getting the 2 heroes as he's apparently moving 1 villager from the wood into the gold. You need to be having at least 3 definitely to be able to produce some starting units. 2 is definitely way too few for that. 3 is kinda nice. Maybe 4th one is gonna be coming also somewhere later with immediate auto queue. On the hoplites, you can see not on the archers yet. So that's gonna be right now 4 on gold. And where are the further villages going to be going? Still on gold apparently. Yeah, as I mentioned, kinda like the 4 is a bit better spot, but it seems like he's gonna be in the 5th one because he was a bit lower before. If you're gonna be having like the 5-minute advance with 5 villages on gold or something like that, then you obviously do have a bit of a stockpile, so it works slightly better in your favor. Not currently auto queue up. Can say it now, still the same situation. Woody is gonna be building housings because he doesn't need as much wood at this point. And Skara, your god has showered you with blessings apparently. Okay, so he's gonna be settling at 6 on gold and going back into the food here. Obviously, it's also gonna be right now. This is gonna be somewhat dependent on the type of the map, right? Again, you just need to be having a high hunt map for this, because otherwise it's not gonna be working too well. I mean, like Oasis is gonna be very difficult for this kind of build, pretty much impossible, I'm thinking. But Tundra, Marsh should be absolutely fine for this as well. And it also kind of slightly maybe depends on the amount of piggies you get. You could have seen he was using them earlier, but I don't think it's necessary, because he was having still at 1 extra giraffe that he could have been killing with piggy getters in there. So I'm thinking that it's not a necessary prerequisite. Just as important, I guess, for that build is to be moving actually fairly quickly into the secondary hunt, so that you are having this for a bit longer for the villages that move after into it. And then, so that you are not depleted too soon, and you wouldn't be having some extra walk time. So it's just like about practice, I guess, and a bit of a experience, what kind of positions of hunts and amounts of hunts are gonna be working for you. Because also, by the way, giraffes is kinda nice here for obviously 600 food from the very start, right? It's quite a bit high. If you're gonna be having something like Alfheim, again, low hunt map simply won't be working too well. But well, interesting inspiration right now by Squash for a possible build. Seems to be working pretty well. Can say it now at 5.5 minutes, you're already having this. 5.5 minutes, you're having 4 hoplites, 3 archers, both heroes and Minotaur. Not looking too shabby, frankly. Obviously, upgrades are going to be there for hunting dogs. And I'm thinking that's gonna be pretty much it. What could be interesting here, and well, just a bit of inspiration what to possibly play by Mr. GreenSeaSquash from Fate to Come. So feel free to choose that and try that if it's gonna be working out for you. Somewhere with some early aggro plays. Interesting variant maybe into somewhat of an Athena rush. Definitely a possibility. As I said in the topic, it's just like a bit of a variant of some quick advances, because lately in the meta, who advances faster is usually just Poseidon. He's very well set up for that. Hades is obviously, as you have seen today, just absolutely set up for 2TC meta. So if you want to be a bit more aggressive, you can try variants like these. And for the Zeus, I think it's gonna be probably a bit more legit. Or if you are maybe concerned about somebody going quick advance against you, you may be actually able to out-control him with this. I'm actually curious if it's gonna be maybe useful against especially Atlanteans, if they're gonna be going for the classic 430 advance, possibly. Squash is in the topic saying that this would be very interesting against Norse and Atty. I can kinda see against the Atty it might be slightly disruptive, because you're gonna be really surprisingly quick to him. And if he goes for 4-minute advance with only Turmas, then those hoplites there are gonna be really helpful. And I think he's gonna be having a bit of a struggle against you. Against the Norse, no, it's just like faster Athena rush, no? And if it actually works this well, then it might not be a bad build at all. And again, disclaimer, he was also put in there, the starting hunt patch was 900 food. Okay, so he was actually having 3 giraffes there, not only of course 2. Yeah, making sense. 3 giraffes, so 900 food is quite a bit high. And again, he just said he didn't eat one. As I said, I think he could have been eating the last one instead of the piggies, which would have been quite a bit faster. So theoretically, there's some kind of like room for improvement, or kind of like more inefficiency as far as, for example, the hunt being in some stupid position. So therefore giving you a bit more time, because really that basically 50% increase in the gathering rate between the piggies and the hunt is actually quite extreme. So that really is giving you quite a few seconds extra. But yeah, quite nice variant here. Okay, just gonna see what we gathered at 5 minutes 37. This is not entirely 100% precise on the resources. Thinking there are some weird consideration here and there, but you can see right now nothing to compare about because opponent is AI, but just like a general idea that you can compare with your standard game. Definitely do not have that in mind. But you can see exactly 600 gold in there. 20 villages. Yep, there was 0 idle time. Absolutely 0 idle time. 11 units this early is very sweet. Okay, so that's gonna be therefore this build done and somewhat analyzed, and hopefully gonna be some good inspiration for you that maybe even after 20 years there could be something a bit more novel thought up. Again, not sure if maybe somebody didn't play it 20 years ago, but frankly with the villager moves and whatnot, it's not definitely out of the question that this is completely new. So let's keep it as cautious until somebody else says otherwise. And therefore thank you for the contribution to the game. GG.